is throwing down, coming after all these paranormal clowns. He is watching, not letting them get away. All these fakers, they're gonna have to pay. Chicots has your back. What's been flying now? He's done. Chicots is throwing down, coming after race, noting every move, waiting for the thrill. Chicots, because Chicots has your back. Chicots has your back. Consorts is throwing down. Reactions are nothing new. However, there is one man on a mission who wants to prove the world a fakery. He used to follow all these paranormal shows. Now he's had enough. He is done. Consorts is throwing down, coming after all these paranormal clowns. He is watching, not letting them get away. All these fakers, they're gonna have to pay. Chicots is throwing down, coming after all these paranormal clowns. He's watching, not letting get away. All these fake stars tearing the fakers apart. Here with his heart, no one dare tell him catch me yet, because Chicots has your back. Chicots has your back. Consorts is throwing down, coming after all these paranormal clowns. He is watching, not letting them get away. All these fakers, they're gonna have to pay. Chicots has your back. What's been flying now? He's done. Chicots is throwing.
Testing. Hello? Yeah, it looks like it's working. Good deal. All right. Dope. Okay. So I think everything is looking okay for the new setup so far. The new style I'm thinking about doing. Now, I don't know whether or not it's going to work or not. You see, I love the balloon idea, but if that becomes a major annoyance, which I don't really think it's going to too much. I mean, just a few balloons, floating here and there, right? It's kind of cool. It's kind of different. How's everybody doing, by the way? Existential. I just mispronounced that. I woke up not long ago, so you got to forgive me. I've been literally cleaning ever since I woke up. Got up, went downstairs, started cleaning. I got some pretty big news coming. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that are happening. But I think the thing that you're most excited about are the things that are going to be resolved or revolved around, as I told you, just woke up, revolved revolved around the channel, right? That's the exciting part. And I think everybody is like curious, what am I going to say? I will tell you, I've been in talks. I've been in talks with several friends here on the platform. And what? Hey, what's up, bleh? Spirit, how you doing? Hello, Scorpion. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Glad to see you all. You know what? There's something about this. I'm thinking about changing. Yeah, there's something about the way it looks right now. It's not bad. It's like I think I'm going to tamper with it just a little bit more here soon. Maybe blur the balloons a little bit so they're not so sharp. Maybe. I don't know yet. You have to give me some update. You have to let me know. What do you think of the new setup? I do like the black and white. I think that, yeah. Will you go back to watching Sam and Colby or overnight? Yes, at some point that is a definite. And I was gonna mention that. Actually, that's why I put up the poll, because I do know people want to see me get back into reaction videos. That's the big thing. That's probably the main reason why I've actually lost subscribers, is because I've kind of stepped away from doing as many reactions and tried to do more opinionated videos, which I'm happy that the opinionated videos are doing well. I think actually they do very well for the most part. People actually do enjoy hearing my thoughts and opinions about certain things, specifically around the drama or the paranormal or creepy things that are just happening in the world. So I think that will always be, that's awesome that people enjoy that, but you got to keep in mind too, and I've become to notice that I've started to realize more and more as I've kind of started to branch out and do other things, is that I will always be a reaction channel. That is my core. Deep down is a reaction channel. I watch content, I give my thoughts, I do commentary. That is where my stronghold is. It's not a debunker, it's not a paranormal investigator, it's not anything along those lines. I am a reaction channel, and I do love giving my thoughts and opinions about things, and that's where I really need to stay focused on. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm going to be giving up opinionated videos, because I do love my opinionated videos. I love talking to you guys about certain topics, even live. I mean, I actually thought about doing more live streams where I react to content, right? So I'm probably going to I'm going to continue doing that. I think that is going to be fun. And I do want to start including people within my reaction videos to spice things up. I've come to notice, I've come to realize about myself throughout the years of doing like paranormal investigation reactions, is that, you know, I am talking to the camera, I'm talking to you guys, but it's at the same time talking to myself. I feel like if I had people to work off of, like I used to have Michael on the channel. Michael was a guy that, you know, I would talk to about certain movies when we would do movie reactions. And I'm even thinking about moving the movie reactions to another channel. There's a good possibility I'll be making the third channel and move the movie reactions over there, re-uploads, re-edit them so they're not copyright claimed, re-edit them, re-upload them to another channel. I think that might be a good idea at some point in the future. Not going to do it right now, but at some point I plan on doing that. And I might even start uploading to Michael's channel that I run. I have a Michael Border channel that, you know, when he did the channel with me, he filmed a lot of content with me back in the day, and I might even start uploading his movie reactions to that channel. So if people want to go and support Michael directly, they can do that and show his channel a lot of love. And I obviously will update him on everything about that, because, you know, I sometimes I really miss that guy. I really miss doing that stuff. But at the same time, I want to go ahead and say that I do plan on inserting more people in more reaction videos in the future. I really enjoyed what I did with Heart Mode Horror, and I really did love what I was doing with Andrew Stone Rock. You know, Andrew, at the time, he's very busy in life. He cannot do it right now. But I do want to start getting back into that concept. I feel like a lot of people really enjoyed that collaboration I did with Heart Mode Horror, where we just sat down and watched Seg's video. Man, it was a lot of fun to talk back and forth. Give me one sec. Can I shut this? Can I shut this? I cannot. There we go. Let me move that up just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. I don't really want to see that on my screen. I don't know what it is. It's not a big deal, I guess, but I'm editing this while this is a good time for me to like mess with this while we're live. That looks a little bit better. Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna move it over just a little bit more. There we go. That looks better. Okay. Anyways, but yes, I think a lot of people enjoyed that, and I'm like, okay, let's continue that thing. Let's keep it going. Now, I will tell you guys this. When it came to the paranormal investigations for the boys, me and Andrew Stone Rock did film the Goat Man's Bridge episode. I went to go edit that video, and that was my first time actually doing something along those lines with somebody. So we had Discord up, we had the video up, we kept pausing it, and yada, yada, yada. And then we realized the audio, right? There was a setting on Discord that would allow when we talk, the video would kind of be quiet down in that very moment when we started talking without having to pause it too much. There was actually a setting that you could do like that. And so we pressed that setting, but unfortunately when we did that, it really glitched out. It affected the overall audio for the video. So it really cut the audio out completely once it started going. And that video is such a pain in the ass to edit. I still have the files. I still have everything on it. It's just, like he said, I don't know if it's even worth posting because of how big of an issue it is and how messed up the actual file is. Because it's going to be such a long process to edit. And I got to be blunt and honest. When we reacted to that video, we love the boys' content. We absolutely love the boys' content. But man, we debunked the fuck out of that video. That was us the entire time. And I'm not saying I don't do that on a regular anyways, where I start sort of nitpicking and pointing out things that I think could be very obvious. We really debunked that Goat Man's Bridge episode. If anything else, I think a lot of people would be excited on how much we actually debunked. We actually Googled shit. We were like, are bobcats in the area? Because they're hearing babies and women screaming. And it's like, bobcats sound like women and babies screaming, and they are, in fact, in that area. So, we really went in and did it all. And that file is just so gosh dang messed up. Our audio's fine, but I really wish I could just show you, but unfortunately, I don't have that file saved anymore on my video editor, so I can't just show you what was going on. And every time I would get to a certain point, for some weird reason, the audio file that was attached to that file it completely removed itself from my editing software, as if it was glitching out and just couldn't handle everything, so it just removed it completely. And it just became so aggravating. I was ready to rip my hair out. It was that piss poor. Anyways, though, we love the boys' content so much. But we came to the conclusion that, after watching that video and how much they're very much trying to make Sam and Colby, joking around all the time kind of content, which is fine. We found the boys, and a couple occasions we actually laughed because we find the boys so funny. That's just our sense of humor. And they have that perfect comedic timing. We realized we love their gaming content more. By far. That is the absolute reason why we love the boys so much. It's not because of their paranormal content. Even though there have been several paranormal videos from them that I genuinely love and enjoy, their gaming content's where it's at. For me and Andrew Stonerock, we adore their gaming content. As a matter of fact, we would go as far as saying they are some of our biggest inspirations for even doing gaming content on YouTube and just doing YouTube in general. 2019, those guys, they saved me from absolute depression and boredom because of the pandemic. And then when I started watching, I fell in love with their channel. I fell in love with every single one of them. And, they kind of stemmed off of doing less gaming content and more just going around and hanging out and doing, normal content, which is fine. They can do that. That's in their own right, and their entertaining is all hell regardless. But their gaming content is peak content. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the chat. But I wanted to say, we love the boys' content, but it was a little draining watching their Goat Man's Bridge video. I remember we were just ready for it to be over. Yeah. And I don't like saying that about the boys. I really don't. I really don't like saying that about the boys, but we found it kind of hard to get through. Because it was just them doing the typical, everything's a ghost, everything's paranormal, there's no explanation. A couple times they would be like, that's probably an animal. They did that a couple times, which we acknowledged. But for the most part, it was just them kind of going along with it. Just to go along with it, right? And to us, that's just nothing crazy. It's fun to debunk. Don't get us wrong, but it's also kind of boring to just know what kind of content you're getting into in a sense, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Sometimes the videos are hit. And then we're like, oh, this is actually really damn entertaining. But sometimes they're not. And the Goat Man's Bridge episode, we just didn't find all that entertaining. We were just kind of ready for it to be over. And you were like, oh man, if this is the beginning of their trip of terror stuff, I really don't know. And yeah, Jerry almost got possessed in one of the new Overnight videos. Oof. At some point, I'm gonna really much. Now you got to understand this about me, guys. I'm not a debunker, but I do look for the logic in things. And I feel like in certain situations, when it comes to people being possessed, I don't jump the gun on that too fast, because you guys know paranoia plays a huge part in fear. Okay, paranoia, when you go into one of these locations and the stories are built up, I mean, there's a lot of things that people, I feel like, don't like to acknowledge. And the older you get, the more you start learning about this kind of stuff, the more you start paying attention, the more you start looking back on your own life and your own experiences, the more you start realizing that, is everything really what we thought it was? And most of the time, I gotta say, I've even feel like I've debunked some of my experiences watching debunking videos. And I know to a lot of people that's taking away the fun of it. I understand. I'm not gonna argue. I understand. Yes, it does. But it does put me at ease a little bit, knowing that maybe some of the things I experienced as a kid may have actually not been what I thought it was. Some of the things, still can't explain. Some of the things I can now, which is great. Looking forward to some of the Resident Evil gameplay. I cannot wait, by the way, guys. And we're going to get to that, by the way. Gaming content. You guys actually seem to really enjoy the gaming content. But I'm going to change things up a bit. Instead of doing my live streams, my gaming live streams on my main channel, I'm going to start doing my gaming live streams back again on my gaming channel, JCarts, which I have actually been trying to pay more attention to lately. And a lot of you guys are, I don't think a lot of you guys are hitting the bell notification over there, which if you guys haven't, go over there, hit the bell notification so you guys are updated whenever I upload. I have been uploading recently over there, and when I do Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, it will be uploaded over on the gaming channel. So make sure you go to JCarts, subscribe to that channel. We're almost getting to 2,000 subs, which is awesome. Because it took me forever to even get 200 subs on this channel. Now my second channel is almost at 2,000, so I really do appreciate that, guys. And I do love the gaming content. As a matter of fact, it's a good escape. So when me, Heart Mode Horror, Andrew Stonerock, Amber Dust, Lord Beagle, or whoever else I play with, Flay or Stay Wolf, go live and game, it's a good escape. It's a good, like, taking a step back. And is there any content you want to get into making? Yes. Yes, great question. Thank you for that question. And I'm going to get to that. So I get sidetracked a lot, as you noticed. I actually started off this live stream by saying I'm going to actually be doing this in the future. And by the way, hit the like button, guys. There's 25 viewers, actually 30 viewers, and only 8 likes. Hit the like button. That helps out with the algorithm. Trust me, it does. I know a lot of people may not think it, but it actually does help out. It's one of those things to where if YouTube starts noticing more interactions with live streams and your content, then they start really kind of pushing it out there more. Unfortunately, we're already kind of worried. Some of us have been shadow banned in a sense because of how much engagement we used to have to where we are now. And we don't understand it ourselves. Maybe there's just something that YouTube kind of updated the platform or something, and maybe it just overall affected the smaller channels. We really don't know. But it does show. So, like, if you can, go support as many videos as you can by any of us. Trust me, it will help out tremendously. Getting back into it, though. Yes, there is content that we plan on making in the future. I was talking with Andrew Stonerock last night, and me and him are getting very enthusiastic about meeting in person and filming in-person collaboration content. And I'm not just talking like the paranormal investigation content. Me and him have been talking about cryptid hunting, going to conventions. Yes, like paranormal conventions and things like this. We have been really chatting it up. And we have even been talking with our friends who are here on YouTube about, at some point, if, let's say, the Blame the Algorithm podcast channel really gets to a certain point where it's like very successful. We haven't uploaded over there in a while. Life has been busy. Hopefully you guys understand. We have been talking about filming another episode here soon, so really excited about that. But we have been talking about planning big events with us. Like, not with any bigger channels or anything like that. Just our group of people. So like Lord Beagle, Heart Mode Horror, myself, We have to try to get Amber at some point out here or something along those lines. Maybe go out there, do something where she's at or whatever have you. We've been really discussing that lately and being very enthusiastic and really planning. As a matter of fact, we, I think, have something coming up here real soon. So the in-person collaborations will absolutely be happening at some point in the near future, I would actually say. Very excited about that. I think I still have hype left, so I got you after the live. Oh, well, thank you so much. And Sam and Colby have been dealing with the devil and brought possibly 2 entities back to their house. Here's the thing about that. And I do love the fandom, by the way. I'm never dissing anybody when it comes to their fandom of loving certain channels. I will say, after years of watching Sam and Colby, I'm not too worried about them when it comes to their demon talk. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know it's easy. I know it's easy to not like when people say that kind of stuff. Here's the thing about Sam and Colby and their demon talk. Whenever one of these guys, and Twin Paranormal is another one of those channels, whenever they start talking about demons, the demonic, having attachments, bringing something home, almost losing their lives, it literally is almost every other week something supposedly spiritually is happening to where their lives are at risk. Okay. And to be frankly blunt with you, after watching so many ghost videos, paranormal videos, my opinion overall has changed about that. I'm not trying to take away the fun of the unknown, because I do believe the unknown is out there, and I do believe there are things in this world we absolutely cannot explain. I still stand by that, and I will always stand by that. I think there's more to the world than we understand, and I really do mean that. People got to understand. I don't just criticize to criticize. I criticize because of my experience watching content and being in these situations. And I'm going to get more experience, and I'm going to be able to know the difference in what they experienced and what I experienced. And that's just what this whole thing is about, is the experience that's going into this, and then our overall opinions that will come after. My opinion so far about the demonic and evil, I've noticed not as frequent as a lot of bigger channels, or not even just bigger channels, a lot of ghost hunting channels who are very much all for the fun, and it's okay to be for the fun, by the way. I'm not dissing anybody for having fun. I think it's great that they're going out there and enjoying life. However, I've been watching ghost hunting, paranormal, pretty much my entire life. And I have yet to see anybody's lives ruined by the demonic. And if it has been ruined by the demonic, or what they believe to be demonic, most of the time it's somebody suffering through some sort of mental illness or paranoia, right? There's really a good explanation a lot of the times. And I'm not sitting here saying people are crazy. Gosh, I have to be very specific on that. I'm not sitting here saying anybody's crazy. And that actually almost made me cry a little bit, because it's like, that's so sad that you can't suggest to somebody that, hey, maybe there's more to it than what you're realizing, without saying that, or making, offending them, or saying that you're calling them outright crazy or psychotic, or they're losing their minds, because that's not what anybody's trying to say. We all go through these things. I've experienced paranoia. I've gotten scared. This is coming from somebody that actually believes in debunking and being a little bit skeptical when you're going into these things. Going into everything with a grain of salt. I have been paranoid and freaked out in locations that I know for a fact I was even going to get paranoid and freak out. So it's okay, it happens. My God, when I was a kid, I didn't understand a lot. So as a kid, when these things started happening, I was always just assuming it was something evil trying to get a hold of me. But that's not the case anymore. I'm glad to know that. I'm glad and I'm relieved to know that not everything that I thought was when I was a kid is what I thought it was when I was a kid. But I want to say that again. I'm not saying anybody's crazy for believing in the demonic. I'm not sitting here saying that you're insane because you think that there's a demon in your house. I'm not saying that. But trust me when I say, do not, and I full-heartedly repeat this, do not bring someone into your house that is going to jump on the demonic right away, or the paranormal right away. Get what you should do is get someone who's going to bring in the logic. If you're truly afraid, if you feel like your life is at risk, bring in someone who knows the logic. Bring in someone who knows the logic. I know there are people out there who find it interesting and fascinating that they could have something in their house, but if you're truly afraid and you're suffering because of it, bring someone who knows the logic. They will go through your house, they will look at your house, and they could probably debunk a lot of the stuff that you're afraid of, and maybe even help try to put an end to it. And once it starts to die down and you realize that you don't have nothing to be afraid of, my God, you might even spend a week at your house in peace, right? So I think that's worth it. I think in the overall end game, it's going to be worth it. So that's just my thoughts. I really got to be careful because I really don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's not always what you might think it is. So just trust me on that one. Get someone, even if you don't like them, even if you think they're taking the fun away or they're too critical or they're too harsh sometimes, bring in somebody who looks for the logic. You're gonna be thankful, I think. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to the chat really quick so I can see some comments. Looking forward to some of the Resident Evil gameplay. Things I have learned, number 52. Chances are everyone will disappoint you at some point. Don't worry, you'll probably disappoint them too. Exactly. You can't impress everybody. And I've noticed actually recently with a lot of YouTube drama, it seems like a lot of people do not like the idea of being criticized. A lot of people do not like the idea of being ridiculed online. And they seem to go for calling them bullies, mean, hateful, evil people for criticizing the work that certain people do on the YouTube. And here's my thing. Not everybody who criticizes you is evil. Not everybody who criticizes you is a bully. And even if they are a bully, and let's say some comments do come off evil or are so mean, and most of the time when I look at the comments that they're talking about, they're never mean or evil. They're never mean or evil. Ever, really. If you can't handle that, the internet is just not for you. YouTube is just not for you. And I mean that full-heartedly. I'm not sitting here saying, don't follow your dreams, son. But I'm also telling you that if you can't handle it, stop early on. Or at least get to a point, if you are dealing with this kind of stuff, to continue doing what you're doing, but just be better at handling it. I would actually say, do not hide those kind of comments from your channel. That is one of the best ways I was able to finally overcome my problem with like the really nasty, disgusting comments. That was the best way I could do it. It was just, you know what? Let them have their comment. I'm just going to ignore it and look the other way. Best way I've dealt with it. And after some point, I got so good at doing that and so carefree that I just became overall very much immune. Now, the one things obviously that I cannot stand are when people go after family, friends, or anybody close to me. That's the one thing I can't stand. But if you have something to say to me or say against me, go for it. It's okay. I'm not going to sit here and pretend all my opinions are right or just. It's just an opinion. But some people really take those opinions to high regards, and they will get pissed off and mad and boo-hooey over it, and they will come after you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, whether it's from another content creator or it's from a normal person just out in the world who just watches your stuff. It's going to happen. You might as well be yourself. Don't even try to hide it. Because even if you're the worst person, reality is, even if you're the nicest person, you're going to get that kind of shit no matter what anyways. So you might as well get used to it, you know? Just kind of push it. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Sam and Colby and the Overnight channel. I really like them too. Believe it or not, like, that's the crazy part. Believe it or not, I really like their content too. I'm a fan to a high degree. Fuck's sakes, I really am. But like at the same, like if I ever met Sam and Colby in real life, I would shake their hands and I would talk to them. I did it with Elton. You know? When we went and had dinner that night, the first thing I wanted to talk about, one of the first things I brought up was the fact that I was very skeptical. I was skeptical of devices. I was skeptical of people sometimes. They all understood that. And they were all okay with that. And I'm like, that's the right kind of mindset to have. That's the right mindset to have. You know, just be respectful of other people's, like, in a sense, you know, be respectful of what other people believe. And they were very respectful to what I believed in. So, bit of a J Cards fanboy, A priority. What was that? Hey, Priority Demon, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Freaking crybabies, this is what happens when society gives out participation awards. We just want them to say that's what the videos are for. Entertainment, that's not a bad thing. Exactly. I mean, everybody who's on YouTube is doing it for entertainment. You know, they're going to win over a certain audience. Not everybody's going to love their content, nor should they love their content. There's just going to be different people who like different things and love different things and hate different things. That's just the way the world works. And if you can't accept that now, then really stay away from the internet, because that's just how it's going to be. Let's go up really quick. I missed some comments that I really wanted to go ahead and bring up. Video liked. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I still have hype left. I'm going to be honest. I feel like Sam and Colby have gotten very corporate. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and it shows. It shows. They literally have merch drops every other week. Merch drops. I had a comment. Actually, speaking of negative comments, I had a comment on my video I did of Sam Colby where I talked about that video they posted, and it pissed off all their fans, right? That video they kind of made members only, even though they're kind of building it up as not a members only video, but then they made it members only, or Explore Club members only. And that pissed off a lot of people. And somebody commented on that video saying, you know, this is coming from the guy who has t-shirts of a cat in a box. Get the fuck out of here. And it was like, I don't know what that has to do with what Sam and Colby, you know, did or their team did. But thank you for bringing that up. Yes, I do have a merch with a cat in a box on it. My sister made that merch, and it's My Cat Church. And it was clearly somebody who has never watched the channel before, because My Cat Church has actually used to be on this channel quite often. And even I get people asking me, how's church doing? That's the reason why that shirt's even there. And I will say, like, I don't know. I just really don't understand why that had any relevance to what I was talking about anyways. But again, they probably didn't even watch the video. They probably just jumped on in just to leave a shitty comment, and then went back to my channel, looked for something they could criticize and make fun of, and then came back to the video and then left that comment. Some people don't literally have any lives. They don't have nothing better to do than to try to, like, shit on somebody. Like, I don't even remember if I actually, like, really shat on Sam and Colby that much. I just tried to make it a point to where it's like, I understand why their audience is pissed off. I'm not personally offended by what they were doing, but I understand why everybody's kind of annoyed by what they did. And even they took acknowledgement because they removed that post at some point. So, like, they probably understood, like, how much this really annoyed people. And every other day. And he also brought up the fact that I charge people like $30 for that merch, which is, like, not that bad considering, you know. But Sam and Colby, they charge like $60 for a hoodie. $60, $70 plus tax and shipping. So, like, they charge quite a bit for their merchandise. I really don't understand what that whole comment was about. It was literally somebody just trying to be a dick. That's all it was. First time in your live show, J-Cart, saw it come up on notifications. Thought I would hop out. Well, I'm glad it came on notifications, because a lot of the time these videos don't come up on notifications anymore. Bang goes my theory. Sorry, Pomp, all good. Excuse spelling isn't, oh, you're good. Don't worry about it. Man. I don't normally do, like, early morning live streams. I'm seeing the sun come up right now out the window right there. So, I'm not really all too big on morning live streams, but here we are. We're doing it anyways. Also, people need to understand the difference between criticism and attacks. If they can't articulate a point, wave it off. Exactly. Exactly. And unfortunately, we're kind of getting to the point where there's just so many creators who are looking at debunkers as a hate group. And that's not the case at all. They're not hate groups. They point out obvious bullshit and con artistry. And I don't know how that's hateful at all. Don't you think we should be pointing out that shit more often to save people some money? Not just money. You know, being conned can affect your mental health too. It's not even just about like financial, it's also about mental help. Because there are people out there who will full on go into your house and they will play it off as severely haunted and demonic just to get into your house to charge you more so they can do an investigation and then recommend a priest or something. Like, they will do that shit and they will really push for that shit. Or they'll go into your house, make content on it, and then post those videos and make a crap load of money off the videos. And they won't even take into consideration what these people are feeling or going through. There's some horrible people out there, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. There are horrible people in every community that will do that shit. And what pisses you off even more is when they lie to your face and smile at you and act so goddamn nice. That pisses you off even more. You're right. Call fucking debunkers and skeptics, bullies or mean because they criticize, but at least they're fucking honest. At least they're upfront about how they feel. I'd rather have someone be blunt and honest than lie with a smile on their face, like they like me, right? Like they give a fuck. Man, I've dealt with that so much in my life, where people will act like they give a fuck, and in reality, they just don't give a fuck. Yeah. Debunkers give a fuck enough to where people who are skeptical, debunkers, people who criticize, and people who look at the bigger picture, right? Who actually are concerned for people. And yet they're the ones getting shat on the most. Because certain people in this community have to play they're being mean to me cards and then turn their audiences on those guys. But they don't see the bigger picture. They're actually trying to help. Whether people want to acknowledge it or not, there's a lot of shit that goes on in our minds. Paranoia. Sleep paralysis. I mean, there's a lot that goes on, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. And if they actually figure it out, they might actually save themselves a lot of time and money and mental stress. But they would rather believe that everything and anything is supernatural, and it's just not. I believe in the supernatural. I believe in paranormal, but I also believe in logic. Sometimes we just got to acknowledge it. I don't think you have to accept criticism. It's only someone's opinion. You don't have to, no. I mean, the reality is, like I've said it many times, people can criticize, and it's their God-given right to criticize. Give constructive criticism wherever they feel like it is, or give their opinion whatever it is. But that doesn't mean they have to change what they're doing. In reality, it's their channel. It's their content. They can do whatever they want, and people can watch whatever they want, right? So, like, for example, like I like Sam and Colby. Have I gotten burnt out on their content? In a sense. Have I gotten burnt out on the boys' paranormal content? Yes. Have I gotten burnt out on other channels? Yes, I have. But I still like their content. Even though I go for more of the logic, I still like their content. You see, it's very interesting. And some people, because I feel the way I feel like I should just hate them overall. That's not how I work. That's not how anybody works. Okay? That's just not. Human beings aren't as, black and white as that. Just because I feel a certain way about some of the things they do, that does not mean I hate them by any means. No. I wish them nothing but the best and success, but there's just some things that I have opinions on. But people don't like to, they don't like that idea. They don't like the fact that, even though when they do it themselves probably more often than they want to acknowledge, people don't like that. It's easy to shoot shots at me and other people who feel that way because we're on a camera and we're talking live, right? It's so much more easy to do that. Yep. Hey, Gav, how you doing? Yep, and at the end of the day, it's like we've talked about it. I was actually on Lord Beagle's live stream the other day. Yes, I went over there. We talked about cryptids and paranormal and stuff. So please go check out that video. Trust me, go check out the video. It was a lot of fun to film. Me, Heart Mode Horror were on it. And you know, again, I brought up the cool thing. It's like, I'm never going to sit there and tell them they shouldn't do what they do. The reality is, we're all trying to get by in this world. We're all trying to live as easy as possible. And with, you know, prices going up and things getting so stressful and horrid. I mean, I've done things that I don't even want to admit that I've done. But I was stressed out. I was in financially I was struggling. Put up a GoFundMe. You know, I got a lot on the mind. I want to be there for my family. I want to be there for my parents. I want to make sure they have a place to stay. If, you know, anything has happened to our current landlord, which is my grandma, if anything were to happen to her, I want to make sure, you know, everybody's taken care of. And that was just my mindset. And I just got overwhelmed. I'm actually doing another day at work now. I have a new schedule coming up. I got an extra day, so I'll be making even more money. And I'm pushing myself to do better. I'm getting healthier. I'm eating healthier. I'm going out and I'm working out. I'm doing a lot of stuff now that's helping me personally. And, you know, I've never wanted to do a GoFundMe. That's the one thing people don't understand. I would, if I didn't think I didn't have to, I wouldn't have done it. But I felt like with as little time as, you know, my grandma's up there in age. And I'm looking at reality right now, and I'm like, I really got to push to get something done here. So we hit 10% on that goal, by the way, which was never expected. Never, ever, ever expected. 10% on that overall GoFundMe goal. Brought me to gosh dang tears. Because I put it up. If anybody wanted to donate to the channel, if anybody wanted help, that's where I recommended they go. If you like this content and you want to like support it by sending a donation, like super chat, just go to the GoFundMe and donate to the GoFundMe because that money goes directly to the house. So the house is literally where my studio is. It's where I film my content. It literally is. Without the house, it's obviously I can't do what I'm doing. I could in like an apartment or something, but you get what I'm saying. It's a very important piece of my life right now. So that's where I recommend going if you want to support the channel in any sort of way. Having said that, I've done things that I obviously am not proud of. Probably continue to do in the future. I mean, but we were discussing that, and it's like I can't blame anybody for trying to live an easy life. So I'm never going to give them hate for that. I'm never going to go on after them for that. Do I wish they did certain things differently? Of course I do. I'm sure there are people who feel the same way about me. That's the beauty of the world. We can all have an opinion. Look, I could have my opinions about Sam McColby, and fuck, we could meet in person, and we probably could. Who knows? We could kick it off as fucking buddies. Right? You know? And they could still respect the fuck out of my opinion. And I could respect the fuck out of their opinion. Yeah. The world's interesting, isn't it? Caught the VOD. It was a great live. Awesome. That was a great live. Yeah, Lord Beagle, he was a lot of fun to talk to, yeah. YouTube is a hard graft right now. Fingers crossed it gets better, and then content will improve with it. Absolutely. Hi, bro. I am back. Do you remember me? Yes, I do, Kingslayer. I absolutely do remember you. Yes, I do. How are you doing, man? I only work out when I pull up my socks. Hell yeah. That, in a sense, is a workout, yeah. Nope, I've been doing my walks around the building. I've been eating healthier. That's a big thing. Eating fruit every morning, drinking a lot of water. Believe it or not, if you want to lose weight, drinking water, cutting out pop, sugary substances, goes a long way. Trust me. Goes a long way. And getting out and, like, let's say doing 8,000 steps a day, trying to, you'll start dropping weight, and it will just keep going, keep consistent, and that's when it starts to show. It's cool interacting respectfully with the community for a change. It's refreshing. I try to keep it as respectable as possible, and I always tell people, respect other people's opinions. It's okay to have constructive criticism. It's okay to have conversations. Just don't be a dick about it. There's no need for that. There's no need. It doesn't matter if that person is hardcore a believer in what, a lot of ghost hunting channels do or a lot of debunkers do. Respect their opinion if they are strong on their opinion. Do not try to force your own ideologies down people's throats. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. You do not have to agree with me on Sam McColby. You do not have to agree with me on Twin Paranormal. You don't have to agree with me on anybody that I do videos on. You don't. You can love Salad Fingers. Okay? You can love that animation. I thought it was stupid. But you can love it, and that's okay. You can have merchandise. That's fine. It's just because I don't like something or I criticize the fuck out of something, that doesn't mean you have to agree with me. It just doesn't. And you can still like me. I'm proud as fuck for that person, by the way. Yeah, it's a stupid animation, but man, they hit it hard with that because their subscriber count is over to the millions. Like, good on them. Good on them. Forget how good the paranormal community on the side is. Then I go back to the video and leave a comment. Then I get a ton of bile back. Oh no, not the salad fingers made. Yeah. Yeah. According to my BMI, I'm speaking of I need to get to that clown collection video. Yeah. With everything kind of being clown theme around here anymore, I really do got to get to that at some point. How many people voted on that? Someone voted heck no. Who's the individual who voted heck no on that poll, by the way? Who is it? Probably the same fucking person who voted on the last one I put up. A video game comment section is a dangerous place. Every place is a dangerous place when it comes to the internet anymore. But that's fine. You just ignore them. Who gives a fuck, right, about what they think? You should see the One Piece fandom right now. Massive One Piece fan. Been doing reactions to the live action series, actually. I'm going to be getting on episode 3 here soon. And then I'll probably just do episode 4 and get that posted. I've been trying to spread them out a little bit. But, oh my. One Piece fandom right now going after just about anything that revolves around like what they've done differently about the live action compared to the anime or the manga. Honestly, I admire your content. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. There's toxic people in all communities. Has to be. It's all about balance. That's right. It's absolutely all about balance. Short, speaking of clowns, did you see my post in the community Discord? A guide of clowns you might want? Ooh, no, I did not see that. Let's see. Yeah. You said it's in... Where did you put it? Let me scroll up a little bit. No, I'm not seeing it there. You tagged me in it, Beagle's Discord? Oh, man, you put it in Beagle's Discord? He hates clowns. He hates clowns. Let's see. Not seeing it. Is it far up? One second. To me, it feels like you have shown me that anyone can make content, have fun with it, inspiring, and go, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. That actually is that's very sweet of you to say. Thank you. Yeah, just have fun. Do what you love. Talk about the things you want to talk about. You know, regardless of criticism, which everybody's open to, by the way, and people are allowed to criticize. Please keep that in mind when doing YouTube. They are. I receive it. I'm sure if you have a strong will, you will receive it too. And just accept it for what it is and move on. You know? You got to be able to take criticism. You got to be able to handle bullying. I was bullied my entire life. I certainly do understand what it's like to be bullied. So, real bullying, by the way. Not criticism, which people now take as bullying. Real bullying. A good friend of mine has always criticized me for loving the Police Academy movies, but I still love those movies, and me and him are still best friends for nearly 50 years. Exactly. Speaking of which, Mike, I don't know if I read your comment earlier. Who else here loves the Phantasm movies? Seen the first 2 movies. I can't really speak on the other ones. No offense to anyone who watches them, but Indiana Jones was never a peril in every movie of his life, which is why I don't watch stuff like that. If I were in my 20s, I might, but not 54. Must hate the hell out of me. I flood him with dad jokes and legit graduate of clown college. Nah, I doubt he hates you. I kind of like constructive criticism, or even if it's not helpful, I just don't bother letting it take up my mind. No, you shouldn't. No. Like, I actually, when I get constructive criticism, I do take it to heart sometimes. but I don't let it tear me down. And I will never let it tear me down because I know the difference between constructive criticism and actually being like attacked. I've been attacked, so I know the difference. But like when I did my collaboration with Overnight, I'm somebody who looks for the logic, so I already knew for a fact that there were going to be people who would just find me insufferable after I did that. I knew that going in. As a matter of fact, me and Elton had talked about, me receiving hate for doing the collaboration. And I just told him, this is what I told Elton when he was driving me back to the hotel. I said, man, at the end of the day, no matter what I do on this platform, I'm going to get hate. I might as well go for it. That's just what I told him. And, yeah. Because, when you do things with bigger channels or you do things with other people, depending on ideologies or depending on what they do and how they operate, I mean, you're kind of expected to receive that kind of shit. I know Side Eye Guy, when he did the collaboration with Paranormal Files, and I think he just did a second one, which good on him. I love that. He himself got a lot of shit for that. Tagged you again. Hope that helps. You can check. Let's see. If you're part of my Discord, you could just share it to my Discord. Like, just post a picture there. Do you like music, Jay? Because I have a suggestion you might like. I do like music. I'm not like a hardcore, music fan, but I do like music, yeah. I always repeat, keep it real. Yep, keep it real. Keep it classy, not trashy. Yeah, Phantasm is the shiz. That's exactly right. Oh, you don't have my Discord? It's up to you if you want to join it. I know some people leave it. We don't tolerate drama and BS anymore over there. There is a venting tab, so if you want to vent about life problems, I mean, there's that. But for the most part, we kind of try to keep it as respectful, as classy as possible. At one point, it did get bad. We kind of took care of that, added more moderators. So if you want, I could share the Discord, and some of you guys can join. It's up to you. Actually, fuck it, I might as well. I might as well. Here you go. I'll just share it, so in case anybody wants to join the Discord, you guys can. Oh, you leaving, Bleh? You leaving? Oh, they shadow banned you at the time, so your comments wouldn't stay? Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. No, I'm extra, I don't want to keep talking about it too much because people, douchebags, certain, individuals think I'm bragging about it, but I'm not. I just talk about it because it happened recently and I'm still excited that I got to do something. I'm not trying to brag about it. It's just one of those things. When I go out and collaborate with Andrew, I'm probably going to say the same shit. So, but yeah, it was cool. You joined it? Okay, let me go ahead and accept that really quick. Okay, you're in. You're part of the Discord. Scroll in and scroll down and take a look. Are there instructions somewhere on how to Discord? Use Discord. I mean, I'm sure there are videos out there, yeah, to how to join Discord. If Seg can collab with Colin, why can't you collab with Overnight? I think anybody should be able to collab with whoever the fuck they want. Anybody, everybody and anybody. You do what you want. It's your channel. You collaborate. If you get an opportunity and you want to do it, you do it. Some people, they have standards. They do not want to collaborate with certain people, and that's completely fine too. I'm open to collaborate with pretty much anybody. Obviously, I got to get better at handling myself with bigger channels. I'll do better when I collaborate with people I know. I'll do better. But since that was my first time meeting them, I was nerve-wracked. So that was just my bad. I couldn't help it. Zombie J, you're good. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Sometimes YouTube screws me over like that, so it's all good. It's okay. It's okay. If anybody wants to share this, by the way, with anybody else to make sure that maybe they get some sort of notification if they do watch my channel, definitely do that. Because yeah, they're probably not gonna notify them. Unfortunately, not like until like 30, 40 minutes after. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go grab some more water, guys. So stick around. I'm gonna be right back. I just need to get something to drink because my throat's getting parched. I'm talking pretty fast, so I'll be right back.
Because Jacobs has your back. Jacobs has your back. Consorts is throwing down. Reactions are nothing new. However, there is one man on a mission who wants to prove the world a fakery. He used to follow all these paranormal shows. Now he's had enough. He is done. Consorts is throwing down. Coming after all his paranormal clowns. He is watching, not letting them get away. All these fakers, they're gonna have to pay. Consorts is throwing down, coming after all these paranormal clowns. He's watching, not letting get away. All these fake stars tearing the fakers apart. He with his heart, no one dare tell him can't react. Because Jacobs has your back. Consorts has your back. Consorts is throwing down, coming after all these paranormal clowns. He is watching, not letting them get away. All these fakers, they're gonna have to pay. Because Jacobs has your back. Nothing for him now. He's done. Jacobs is throwing down.
So, yeah, I forgot to make an intermission scene for the live stream, so I had to use my about to go live thing again. Ugh. Ugh. All right, let's see here. Who's all in here? Dude, I got shadow banned all the time. YouTube runs on engagement. The shadow ban me for engaging, just the amount of comments I leave and the amount of time. I'm doing okay. How can you reply to people on phone? I don't really know. What did Pompey say? What's the number 7 reference, zombie? What? Oh, huh? The number 7? Heck no. Oh, okay. Hey, Walker Bay. Good morning. Griffin, how you doing? Ugh. How's everybody doing today, by the way? Everybody having a solid morning? And what also, what kind of reactions would you guys like to see more of? That's not just straight up paranormal investigations. Let's think outside the box really quick. Anything creepy, spooky that you guys want to see? Nuke's top 5 reactions. Mr. Nightmare, Mr. Ballin. What really are the things that you really enjoy about this channel? Horror movie stuff? Maybe Nostalgia Critic talking about horror movies? Whatever. Overnight. I know paranormal investigations like the number 1. I know that. But think outside the box a little bit. Horror films for you. I know a lot of people used to like the dead meat reactions. They didn't do that well, likewise, but a lot of people did enjoy those. So maybe I can try to insert some here and there more often. Greetings and love. Hey, Stefan, how you doing? I'm asked from time to time, Staki, so are you an atheist, but you believe in ghosts, high spirits together? I don't even answer them. It's fair. It's fair. That's your right not to answer them if you don't want to. I wouldn't mind some more Mr. Nightmare and horror movie reactions. I would love to do horror movie reactions. I just can't edit those videos anymore. Pretty much all your content I enjoyed, but been enjoying the gaming lately. Yes, again, if you're not subscribed to the gaming channel, do that, because that's probably where these gaming live streams will happen more often with me, Hart, or whoever else. So if you're not, check that channel out right now. We're almost to 2,000 subs, as I said earlier. Hey, Lyle. Hey, Jordan, love you the channel. Keep up the great work. Would love more Mr. Ballin reactions. Okay. And if you guys did not know, the last live stream I did, I reacted to several Mr. Ballin videos live. So, pretty cool. I might do more of that stuff. Live reactions. Now, if you do an investigation, I will come and I will add humor, and I will hold the EMF thingy. Yup, nah, for real. A real investigation would be so cool as a skeptics. Yeah, the next investigation I do will probably be definitely with Andrew Stone. I feel like it's going to be with Andrew Stone Rock. Yeah. The next collaboration investigation I do will be with people from the group of, like, Blame the Algorithm. Loved Mr. Ballin reactions. I really enjoy watching Mr. Ballin. You should totally do more, though, and hopefully more collabs with Overnight soon. Seemed like people really enjoyed that collaboration. It was different, for sure. It's 5 for you. You can still have a small nap. Right now, for me, it is 8 in the morning, and I have to be at work at 10. So I'll probably, like, end this live stream within the next hour at least, and then maybe try to film a video, post it, get that taken care of. And then potentially I will try to go live more often, because I haven't really been able to go live too often on this channel in a while. So, like, I've been here and there, but I really want to do it more. I'll try to. Probably on days like this, to where I don't have to be at work till 10. Do you watch more Lore Lodge or Lurks Beneath? That'd be an interesting reaction. Lore Lodge. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but I'll keep that in mind. I've mostly been listening to stories during the days, as I'm more busy. I enjoy interacting with everyone at night. I'm in Scotland, so it's around 12 for you. I almost forgot how much fun it was when you and the crew do a gaming stream. Those are fun to watch. Yeah, definitely do not want to miss those on the second channel, because, yeah, we plan on doing more of those. And if it's all of us together, like me, Andrew Hart, and Amber Dust, it will probably be live streamed on the Blame the Algorithm podcast from now on. So you might not see those big live streams over here anymore, because I kind of want to step away from doing gaming live streams on this channel specifically. I'd rather do them on my gaming channel and try to just do reactions here. You enjoy some more Lodge. Hey, Lord Beagle, good morning. What's up, man? How'd you sleep? Ugh. By the way, since you jumped on here, I gotta send you something, actually. Screenshot of certain something. You know what I'm talking about. Early morning lives. You never thought you'd see the day, right? Love watching you and Andrew play GTA. Oh, man, we got to get back into that at some point. Those definitely will probably be streamed to my second channel. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto. Get me in a laughing fit. Haha. My phone vibrated. Morning. So, yeah, nobody's being notified about my live stream. So if you guys can share this live stream as much as possible, that would be phenomenal. Because nobody is being notified. Oh, those are really sick. I just saw that post in the my art section of my Discord. Forget, but what is the gaming channel? It's just called J-Cart. Either J-Cart or J-Carts. One of the two. Let me look really quick. J-Carts. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and share it really quick. You were notified, but you just legit woke up? Ah, makes sense. Most of my audience probably are third shift people, so around this time, probably nobody's going to be awake, or they're just so busy that they can't even make it to the live, which that happens from time to time. And also, I want to go ahead and say really quick, Heart Mode Horror just hit 500 subscribers today. Fuck yes. Well deserved, in my opinion. Jay, will you play Phasmophobia in the future? Absolutely. Absolutely. My oldest enjoyed your Poppy Playtime streams. I had several parents telling me that their kids liked my Poppy Playtime streams, which I'm like, I'm cussing like a sailor in those, man. I'm like losing it. But that's great. I love that. Thank you. Yep. That was so needed for a long time. For me right now, it is 7:55 a.m. Dude, I just found out I can only remember 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Oh, you're talking to Lord Beagle. I keep forgetting that. Some people use emojis to... Mine's a clown. I'm the clown emoji. I know that. No dad jokes too early. He keeps asking when the funny guy is playing again. Oh, I know the secret letter. Actually, I want to know if Heart... Her Resident Evil live streams have been doing very well, which I will be streaming on my gaming channel at some point because I'm pretty sure it's winning that poll. Resident Evil is definitely winning that poll. 1 second. I gotta check. Live. Oh, haven't been live on that channel for a year. Oh my god, Silent Hill is right there, though. Silent Hill and Resident Evil are like the two big ones right now. But that's after I finish Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. But if you go to my recent video, I played Devour with Fleor Stay Wolf, which I plan on doing a series for that game, by the way. Devour, which is basically Phasmophobia on crack cocaine. 7 a.m. for you, waiting for the caffeine to kick in. I know that feeling, Jessica. I know that feeling. Yeah, it's too early, man. It's just, I apologize for everybody who's just woken up. The balloons are tripping me out. Yeah? Are they a bit much? Man, they're so cool, though. I'll turn them off for a bit. Maybe I can find a way to blur them. I feel like if they're blurred, it wouldn't be as bad. Maybe I can play them in the beginning of the live stream and then cut them off really quick. Yeah. This is my first time even trying that out. I did Phasmophobia VR once, and I did the mistake of trying to get it by myself. I did not make it into the house. I grabbed the key, left the van, saw the house, and turned the game off. Happens to the best of us. I feel like it would be worse in VR. I would love to play Phas in VR. Oh, I bet. First time I played Phasmophobia, I freaked out myself. Got to get the day started. It was great seeing you this morning, Jordan. Have a great day, everyone. All right, Walker Bait, have a good one. Thank you so much for hopping on in. Hopefully, you have a solid day. Yeah, there's just not a lot of people awake right now. Fuck, got me yawning, man. Honestly, I'll probably pass out after I film a video. I'll probably pass out for the afternoon. All I'd be doing is holding up the cross in that game on VR. Now I wonder how scary VR Silent Hill would be. Ooh, I've never played Silent Hill, so that would be pretty fucking probably pretty scary. I know, like, I've seen the movie, but that's about it. Jordan Stone Rock, Heart for Heart Mode Horror. Amber Dust is a tornado, and I'm a clown. Sega's the side eye. Beardo is the bearded emoji. Ew. I don't even know why I'm awake, but once I'm awake, I struggle to fall back asleep. If that's not the truth, yep. Resident Evil 7 and 8 in VR was freaky. I couldn't even imagine. Crow would be a crow, that's for sure. You're not even an evil clown. You make the world feel better, safe, open space for everyone. Oh, thank you. I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of clowns, yeah. It's a dust devil. He is evil. Well, that's because I put clowns in front of a camera occasionally. Like that. It's never too early for a clown in the morning. Man. Now I'm getting sleepy. Fuck. Maybe I should have grabbed coffee instead of water, but I've had 2 cups today. I should really try to, take it back a little. It's up to you guys to keep me entertained now before I fall asleep on live stream. Just the screensaver thing you had, the Wendigo is awesome. Well, thank you so much. 2 cups of coffee or water, you mean? I had 2 cups of coffee earlier, and I think this is my 3rd cup of water. I'm trying to cut back on coffee. I don't really need that much. I shouldn't really have that much. I've literally have drinking up to, like, the most I feel like I've drinking up in a day, one day is like 11 cups. So, I mean, I'm addicted. Well, I mean, that's kind of why they got rid of Ronald for the most part, is because of people being afraid of clowns and him making people uncomfortable. Which is unfortunate because I love Ronald McDonald. I'm thinking of making a cup of tea to put me to sleep as I'm out of my meds at the moment. It's a good way to do it. I heard warm milk is another good way to do it. Hate clowns, but I love clown makeup. And for one Halloween house party, I did SFX and scar wax. That's pretty fucking awesome, actually. My mouth was all torn, and I added fake teeth and stuff. Tell us your greatest passion. My greatest passion is content creation. Content creation. I love being an entertainer, an influencer. I think it's just so much fun. That's basically it. I mean, that is too easy, but that's the real answer. Like, I love doing what I'm doing right now, and that's kind of my passion. and to explore a little bit more. I want to, open myself up to more opportunities. I want to get out there more and do bigger things. I don't want to just be simply a reactor this entire time. I want to be able to like say I've gone out and done and lived and had fun, That's something else, I guess. Tea is warm milk and so is coffee. It's fair. Coffee helps you sleep better before going to bed. Yeah, that's weird. Isn't that weird how some people are like that? Yeah, coffee normally, is supposed to help keep you awake, but actually makes people pass out. Coffee and beer are gifts from the gods. One second. Let me see if I can do something really quick. Nope. There we go. Gotta share it to this page. Forgot to. Let's see. Okay, go here. Press this, put that. Bam. Well, might as well share that too. Share this to my Facebook really quick. Sorry about this, guys. I'm unprofessional as all hell right now. Not trying to ignore anybody, just trying to share this with as many people as possible. Because YouTube sucks. There we go. Bam. I have to acquire clothing and venture downstairs to start my day, blah. It's horrible. When will you post soon? What do you mean? OJ, you helped me get distracted from school, the stress people seeing you live or you post. Hell yeah. I'm glad to hear that. If I can make someone's day a smidge better, that's a win. Coffee is life. It really is, but also if you drink too much, it can take life. And I've had like severe bad chest pains because of drinking too much coffee. But yeah, I agree, it's life. Coffee is God. Is 4 a day too much? Not really. I wouldn't say that. I'd say what I was doing is probably too much, like 11. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Pretty freaking bad. Most people probably try to keep it at least to 2 cups, but yeah. I overdid it. I miss coffee and energy drinks. I do my best to stay away from the sugary shit. The sugary substances, like, recently I had to drink a couple of the, like, Monster coffees. But I try to stay away from that stuff as much as possible. I pretty much only mainly drink water or black coffee. That's pretty much where I'm at. Death by coffee is fine with you. Yeah, I've had 11 cups of coffee. Yeah. Yep. Not like today, but like I've had it, and it's not good. It's not good on the heart. It's not good on the chest. So I have to really start cutting back quite a bit. Water is in coffee too. Yeah, it is. Yep, I drink straight black coffee. Everybody tells me it's like I'm drinking liquid death, which I guess yeah, the first time I did it, yeah, it was pretty bad, but the more I've gotten used to it, now I just can't stop drinking it. Too much soda makes you feel sick. Try not to have so much. People need to stop playing with coffee. What the fuck is mocha? Oh my lord. Too much soda makes me feel sick. I'm not trying to have too much of it. Yeah, no, it's... I'll tell you, though, it's like once I got rid of that stuff, I lost so much. I feel like that soda was probably one of the things that kept a lot of the fat on my face and neck. Because I dropped soda and I started drinking water, and all that stuff started going away. I tried black coffee and hated it to the stratosphere. It's not that it's I guess depending on what kind too. It's like, yeah. Yeah, 1.5 heart attacks and a stroke that caused me to have to relearn how to speak, type, and write. I can't have the go-go juice anymore. Well, that's a pretty good reason not to, yeah. Stay away from that stuff, yeah. But yeah, here soon, guys, we'll be doing more videos. I'll be doing more stuff with like Andrew Stone Rock and all of them. Right now with Andrew doing what he's doing in his life, it's probably not going to be anytime soon, but we do have stuff planned. And again, if you have not subscribed to Blame the Algorithm, my second channel, because the gaming stuff is probably going to be moved over there. I'd almost guarantee it. So like gaming live streams, might even start doing 7 Days to Die live, Minecraft live. Who knows? That stuff will be all over there. So please go check out those channels. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell notification so you don't miss those live streams, because I feel like I need to kind of like move the gaming content over to that second channel and keep it there. And then this channel will be mainly for live reactions, reaction videos, my like talk videos where I come on here and talk to you guys. That's where this should be. And I really feel like I just got to try to separate the two a little bit more better, I think. So, who knows? I might start some series. Again, I want to start Devour. I'll be getting friends in, play Devour with me, see if we can beat like hardcore and the harder levels of that game. The only two maps I think we've beaten are the first one, which is the farmhouse, and the carnival. But other than that, we haven't beat the other ones. Not yet, so... And by the way, that won the poll. Devour won the poll, so the next gaming live stream that we do with like me, Amber Dust, Heart Mode Horror, and potentially someone else, wink wink, if someone wants to hop on into that, we'll think about it and talk about it. Then, yeah. Nah? What is that supposed to mean, Spirit? Not interested? It's okay. Not everybody's into the gaming content. That's why I'm happy meth isn't drinkable. Doc didn't put it on the list. Kidding. I like the zombie life. Ah, man. I do like zombie games. If stranger not going to sleep, Jordan, it's Sunday. Don't work too hard. Oh, I'm not going to. Trust me. I'm not going to. Though I got training for a new position Wednesday and Thursday morning, so I'm not looking forward to that. I got to get up at like 6 in the morning, head straight to work, and then train for the next 2 weeks. And then I got my new position. I got a lot of stuff to do here these next couple weeks. Yeah, Mythos, at some point, we were hoping to get him on the podcast channel. Yep. At some point, it's going to happen. At some point, I'd love to get him on a gaming video. That'd be fun as fuck. Me, Andrew, Mythos, Beardo, or somebody like that, just play like a paranormal game. Yeah, Mythos would be a great one to collaborate with. I'm glad he's doing good. I'm glad he's sort of like making a comeback to YouTube because, yeah, he disappeared for a little while. Ooh. And balloons. Another customer ordered a large latte with 18 pumps of white mocha, 2 dark caramel pumps made with vanilla sweet cream, extra hot light foam, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon powder. Damn. Kind of makes me want a McDonald's Frappuccino. Beardo, just like one of my comments. Oh, that was very sweet of him. Hell yeah. Gosh, water is so refreshing. I know people say it doesn't taste like anything. I feel like it's so refreshing. Finally, the youngest is now asleep. I'll be back in, going in to get some tea. All right. I'll be live for a little bit longer. I'll probably be live for another 20 minutes or so, since that will probably be around like an hour, 45 minutes, which I didn't plan on just like being live all morning. You know, obviously I want to maybe try to get a video filmed and wake up a little bit, go downstairs, do some house chores and whatnot, but really wanted to talk to you guys about just plans for the future of this channel, reactions, collaboration reactions. Hart really enjoyed it, so I want to do more with Hart. Asked Beagle if he wanted to be involved with some reaction collaboration, so he will be too at some point. So, yeah, I'm just trying to spice things up a bit to make it more interesting over here. I'll still do my reactions by myself, of course, but I want to see if you guys would be down for me to, like, actually bring in other people. Like, if I were to do paranormal investigation reactions, if I did it with, like, other people, I would spice it up a bit. Jay, your job sounds like you're working at Five Nights at Freddy's because of the security guard. Yeah, I've been told that quite a bit. Yeah, people like saying, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's because I'm a security guard, yeah. I'd love to. I'd love to work at that place. That'd be fun as hell. At this point in my career, I feel like I'm handing out diabetes to people. I'm with you, Jordan. I love the water. And by the way, if you're just hopping on here, guys, hit that like button because that lets me know that you're in here. And I'm actually getting tired as I'm talking to you. Let me hit the like button. My God, hit the like button, and it gives me an idea of how many people are actually watching and just not talking because that just helps out a lot. I need coffee. That's actually getting bad. I'm actually actually tired now. Yeah. I'm finally going to bed. It's 5:15. I will now. I told you I'm not a morning person. Don't say that, Gav. Don't say that. I only drink coffee with me and my brother get together for breakfast, which is maybe like 2 to 3 times a month. And when I do drink soda, it's sugar-free and caffeine-free, but I am trying to slow down. It's not a bad thing to do. Slow down, yeah. You know, enjoy what you want to enjoy, but man, it really does take a toll on the body. No, I've tried to. I have a friend who wanted my advice about what I did to lose weight when I went from like 250 pounds down to like 130, and I just said, drop the pop, chips, ramen noodles. I love ramen noodles, but man, dropping ramen noodles, dude, helped out so much. I used to come home from school every day, 5 days a week. And either I would have one of two things when I got home, and it was always a big bowl of it. It wasn't a small bowl, either top ramen or cereal. And I'd eat that shit every time I came home from school. Man, when I dropped that and stopped doing that, it helped out tremendously. Hey, Spaghetti, how you doing, man? Welcome into the live stream, bud. Don't drink water, fish poop in it. Sorry, drink coffee, blast again. Yeah, it's just pop was the big one, though. Pop was massive. I feel like sometimes too much caffeine makes me even more tired. It can have that effect on certain people. That's for dang sure. I did not press stop on the balloons. Who knows how long they've been going. Whew. Early morning live streams are not my thing, let me tell you. Feel like I want to yawn. Oh, fuck. kind of cool. You're planning on becoming a tour guide for a haunted place. Nice. Nice. Make sure you tell the real history in the future. That's dope. Congratulations on that. Movie breakdowns for a video idea. That could be fun. Any tornadoes where you are? No, but apparently we're calling for some severe weather here soon. Last week we were supposed to get, I mean, for some weird reason, they keep saying we're like on the verge of having like, you know, a tornado outbreak or something. And on the day that, you know, we're supposed to have this horrible weather, we never get what they're saying we're going to get. It always passes by us. And that's a good thing, honestly. I have like 3 or 4 of your wrestling videos to catch up on. Easiest thing for me when I wake up is just start moving around instead of just sitting, and I'm less tired. Yeah, that's another thing too. When you're just sitting here and the chat's going by very slow or something, yeah, it's very easy to get a little bit tired because you're not interacting right away. So that's why I love it when more people hop on into the live streams, because it really just keeps that consistency going. Hold on one second. I want to see if I can lighten. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Give me 1 second. Did that change anything? I pressed the wrong thing. Of course. Blending mode. What are we on? Screen. Darken. That's kind of crazy looking, isn't it? Now I'm just going to have fun with this thing really quick. Can't see that worth of nothing. Multiply. Nope. I mean, not bad. 1 sec. Well, it would have to be lighten if I was to do that. Not multiply. For frick's sakes. I feel like lighten was the best one. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Perfect. Now I don't eat ramen as much as I used to. Yeah. No, I mean, I love ramen. Don't get me wrong. I used to freaking mix so much stuff into that. Hot sauces. Soy sauce. I mean, I used to go nuts. Am I on drugs right now? No, I was just messing with something. We've been here, the same weather problems where I'm at. Big storms. Nothing really happens. There's a lot of rain, though. Yeah, a lot of fucking rain. And everything you say, don't worry, man. I appreciate your thoughts on your videos. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I'm glad. I'm going to just take it, you know, just understand it's my opinion. It's not something it's not like the end or be all kind of thing. It's just my thoughts and opinions about certain things. It's not meant to be taken too seriously. Just, if you agree, awesome. If you don't, awesome too. Hoping to win new wrestler contest. Yeah, I need to get back to watching your content, man. I haven't watched a wrestling video in a good minute. Those were fun. Me and Andrew actually a couple times actually would sit here and just watch them on Discord calls sometimes when you were live. Yeah. Always a good time. That cursed sun. Oh my God. That's cursed. Actually, now that I got it going, maybe I should try to do this really quick. 1 sec. That looked really cool for a second. Actually, it's kind of crazy looking. That's really kind of crazy looking, but I don't like the fact that you can't see the J-Carts thing. That was really cool, though. Blinding mode. Let's lighten that up. Okay, lighten. Actually... No. Sorry. Now I'm trying to keep myself awake, and this is like the best way to do it. 1 sec. If I can change the color of them where they're not so bright, then it would be perfect. Let me try to... Nope. That just outright got rid of them. Nope. 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 I guess it's gonna have to stay like this. Playing GTA 5 while watching this? Hell yeah. Wait, Clown, are you in the same time zone as me? Why did I think you were West Coast? No, I'm the East, I think. Yeah. It says late April here in North Texas. I could see a lot of severe weather, but who knows at this point? Life can't worry too much about it. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You kind of might as well just accept it, yeah. Where I live, it didn't really snow in December and November, but it randomly started snowing this month, but only for... I really dug the hell out of that, though. I gotta do that again. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make this work. That was too cool. I guess that's kind of fine, right? But you can't even see the balloons now. Oh, I can't deal with the line right there. I'm such a perfectionist. Like, I really dig that look, but I'm also not a fan of how that line is right there. That sucks, man. Yeah, the shadow balloons is really dope. It's just... I guess that's kind of bad. Maybe that's better, where it's not like over the chat. That's kind of better, isn't it? It's not as bad, like as distracting when it's just floating right back. Yeah, that's probably better right there. This is I'm experiencing this. So it's like I'm actually testing this stuff out for the first time. I do love the idea of the balloons in the background, though. It's going to be interesting not having daylight saving times this year. Awesome. And what are scrubs? Am I stupid? Comfort show. With shadow balloons, happy birthday with the Hat Man. Like, that is pretty damn cool looking. But I can't do the shadow balloons because It hides this stuff. Oh, I'm gonna have to experiment later. Yeah, I gotta experiment later on that. See what I can do. Thank you, Mike. And by the way, thank you for saying hit that like button. I appreciate that. People love shadow balloons. I'll see what I can do about that. Yeah, I'll see if I can maybe like edit them later on and see if I can get the shadow balloons at least black and white. Maybe it's all the colors. That's probably throwing a lot of people off and making it distracting. All the different colors. I black and white balloons going in the background would be kind of dope. I'll see what I can do. But we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream here. So thank you again for hopping on in, listening to me, and joining me on this little conversation. I'll do more of these live streams. Get this video over 30 likes. I feel like it's pretty fair right now because, we've I feel like I've been shadow banned a little bit. I'm not sure if I have, guaranteed, but it's been a little bit rough. Anyways, just realized my birthday is in 8 days. Well, if in case I don't see you, happy early birthday. Thank you. Lord Beagle, see ya. I'll thank you so much. Take care. Have a good morning. Bye, Matthias. Thank you again. Priority Demon, have a good one. Everybody who hopped on in, Zombie J, everybody, thank you all for joining, and I will see you all next time. Do take care.